Okay. There we are. So, hello everyone. I hope my sound and video are okay. If not, please do tell me. Today I'm going to be playing a bit of Spellcaster University. This is a bit of management meet deck building. Well, not deck building game, like more deck drawing game. You don't build a deck, but you just draw from them. Very interesting concept. I've played quite a few hours of it in the last week, so I figured I should show it on stream. I've definitely broken the game. I've had quite a few exploits which allow you to win the game with extreme ease, which I will not be using today, just because it kind of ruins the fun. But I did create a YouTube video on how to set up the exploit. So if anyone after seeing the stream wants to see the exploit, just ping me in on Discord. I'll send you the YouTube video. I'll post it in the Twitch chat. In any case, before we start creating our university, we must decide on the difficulty level, the game length, the challenge, and that's about it. For the difficulty level, I'll just go for Archmage. The needs of both students and teachers will grow faster and recover slower. It's also impossible to replay the last level after defeat. I'll explain what that entails. For the game length, this is actually a closer thing to difficulty than the actual difficulty level. A marathon is very easy, the learning rate is slower, but the forces of evil progress much slower, and shortest is basically the opposite. I'll go for normal for this one. As for challenge, I wanted to try transmutation challenge. I'll explain what exactly it does as I learn it, because I haven't played it so far. But it's basically a modifier on your game. You can have like more magical aberration, less cards to choose from, and so on. Now, a university name and a glorious coat of arms. All alchemy. Transmutation, is it all alchemy? I thought it's just yeah, you get in your decks you get potions instead of regular cards. Potions are a bit to buy for mana, but they're not too bad. Winkelwageningen, what does that mean in a normal language? I was thinking along the line of Master Builder University, in the eternal search of my Master Builder, which has been ongoing for many years. As for the coat of arm, we can choose a partition. Let's go with something a bit exotic, like this. The symbol, and we shall choose the Mighty King, and some colors, and let's go with something vibrant like this. Yeah, that's art right here. That might be a bit too insulting for the eyes, but that's better. Image strudel drowns in milk. I see. Everything is fine as long as it's not Natalie. I'll grab some water, then we can get started on the first investigation. It is an horrible coat of arm. I'm sorry about this, but it had to be done. There will be more coat of arm designing in the game as we create our houses in the university, so don't worry, there will be some worse coat of arms. Okay. So, we need to to choose a location for building our school. At the beginning of the game, we are given the choice of 3, but many more will open up as you go through universities. We have the village. New students are on average richer. The local minstrel might cause trouble, or large buildable area. The lake, longer trip to school, special opportunities with the creature of the lake, rather limited buildable area. Or forest, students are poorer, more are werewolves, the ancient troll might cause trouble, and large buildable area. Okay, well, everyone wants to go to lake, we shall go to lake. The lake is arguably the easiest map, if you know what you're doing, but the limited building area is a bit stressful at first. I'm so used to having a lot of permanent advantages from my previous university. It's gonna feel weird to be back to regular. I think I'll be very poor at the start, but we'll see. Okay, A lakeside citadel. The island is in the middle of this lake would be perfect for building a magic university and will shelter us from the forces of evil. It will be majestic. They will have a long walk to the closest village, so we should make sure they have everything in the village. And there's also apparently an evil creature roaming the lake. This lake is an ancient seat of power, gives us some arcane and alchemy mana. We can have money and new houses. Or finally, shadow and light room. I do like this quite a lot, actually. We'll go for this. So the principle of the game is very simple. You have to build 7 universities. This bar shows the Lord of Evil. When it fills up, you have to leave that university and go to another one. How you build a university is using gold and these 5 types of mana. I should pause as I explain this. You can spend whatever resource corresponds to on the bottom. So gold, natural mana, light mana, alchemy, arcane, or shadow mana to draw a card. So when you draw a card, it looks like this. You have a choice between 3, and you can play whichever you choose. I'll go for another new house. Every time you draw from a deck, that deck becomes 50 more expensive. So now this deck is 150 gold. Yes, gold mana, money mana, the most powerful of manas. I should probably have created the houses before this, but that's okay. We can have a Weapon of Shield, which is a decoration which has some effect, or Alchemy or Nature Room. I'll go for Alchemy Room for now, and let's create the houses so we know exactly what kind of students we'll have. We have access to a Shadow and a Light Room. We could potentially have like light and shadowed students. How houses work, you can have them decide which disciplines they can learn, and they have 2 features, which are additional traits all the students in the house get. So, for example, if I choose Chosen by the Light as the first feature, they'll learn all light magic 25% faster, and Shadow Disciple, all shadow magic 25% faster. So we could have a like yin-yang score. Or we could do something like the comical. The presence reduces boredom for all of the students, which is pretty good. Do we have to be good guys? We do not have to be good guys. We can actually be friend with the Lord of Evil. He will attack us anyway, but we can be his friend. We can help him along. Those traits do stack with whichever they come with. If they already have Chosen by the Light, it'll be affected 2 times. So 20, or instead of 25, it'll be 50. Let's be bad guys. Worker Shadow Disciple. Worker is 10% to all magic, and Shadow Disciple is 25% to shadow. I'll put them in black and red. As for the coat of arm, let's create something glorious. For Shadow Disciples, what about the majestic sheep? And we shall go for colors that make sense for Shadow. We'll go with something absolutely gorgeous, like this. And finally, I'll have this, the black sheep. Perfect. Amazing. This is the Nitro house, then. The house of, let's just call it Nitro. The most dark creature of them all, the black sheep. Okay, these ones could be chosen by the light. We kind of have to choose light because I got a light room that would be useful. They could be unbreakable, reduce all losses of health by 20%, or beautiful. They lose much less sanity when insulted because they're beautiful, so they don't care. That sounds good. This house will be white. I don't like that design, just we'll have to tinker with the colors a bit, just so it makes sense that it's light. How about something... Oh, that is not very nice actually. But it's the hand that's been dealt. Let's go with this. I sure hope House Nitro specializes in alchemy. It will actually be specialized in shadow magic. Do we know anyone so vain that they would use light magic? That's a great question. It could be beautiful, athletic. Athletic is amazing. Moving 25% faster in this game is very useful. It might even be better than Chosen by the Light, but in fact, Franco, for your suggestion, this will be your house. The House Franconian. And finally, the last house. We have not chosen a nature room, so Child of Nature is not the most useful. Light sleeper is pretty good, and we could go athletic. They move fast, they don't sleep a lot. It could be a more general house, and to this, to make this more obvious, I will create the most atrocious tri-colored coat of arm, and this will be the house of Jake. There we are. All right. So we've got our three houses. As you can see, we have the House of Nitro, the House of Franconian, and the House of Jake. The Shadow Disciple, we should probably go for just Shadow, and we'll put Alchemy since it's Nitro. That would make a lot of sense. This is the Master Builder University, Jake, so hopefully he will show up to help around, but I'm not so confident. As for these guys, I think at least they have to be light, not Shadow. Now the question is, what other discipline should we give them? Or just light, we could just have them use light. The most boring, the self-indulging snobs. We've seen the Headmaster now. As for those guys, finally, Nature, Arcana, and Alchemy will be what I decide, given the three god-awful colors I chose for them. Green for Nature, blue for Alchemy, and purple for Arcana. Perfect. That sounds good. We have a good setup. Let's empty our standard deck, spend all the gold we have on rooms, if we find anything interesting. Village banner is pretty good. Active characters in this room improve your reputation with the peasants. That's pretty useful. Give me at least Arcana. We'll think about it. We'll have a good think about it. Okay, so we're in the lake. The building area is tiny. We have basically this amount of room, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles. We can go up quite a bit though, so that's what we'll have to do. A very narrow but high building. As a start, we should probably go with something along the line of a light room at the bottom, chaotic neutral, chaotic evil teachers. I think we'll go with the chaotic neutral, which is who is inspiring. Students in this class have a small chance of losing a random negative trait, and courageous. Then I'm thinking alchemy, and then whenever I have a teacher's lounge, I'll put it here, and then shadow room. So for alchemy, lawful is very good for alchemy. Thank God, this pedagogy good, unionized no, how amazing. They will not make waves, and the salary will stay low. Thank God for union busting. Inspiring and athletic moves faster, that's pretty good. Finally, shadow room, that will put, as I mentioned, a bit away. 2 chaotic neutral, 2 appropriate. This one is not unionized. Corporate sano and courageous, or ock-eyed and comical. Ock-eyed is very good. Misbehavior is brutal at the start, so well, let's go for her. Then, for the student quarters, we have access to 1 refectory, 1 student's hall, and 1 dormitory. That's pretty good. I'm also going to go to the head teacher's office and increase the application fee before I play the new student card. This gives you always 5 students, no matter the application fee. So I just increased it before. They come into the school, and then we'll lower it down again. Lawful Good is smart but miserable, is an arcane scholar, so learns arcane magic faster. Let's go to the House of Jake. Jack of all trade but allergic to pollen, learns natural magic slower. Not the best, we'll put it in the House of Nitro. Alchemy Apprentice, Jack of all trade, and chaotic evil, that's amazing for the House of Nitro. A pretentious, diligent, normal student, that's a perfect match for Franco. And finally, an athletic, hyperactive, heavy sleeper. The heavy sleeper is counteracted by light sleeper, so it's a great idea to put him here. Got quite a bit of money from that. We can get 1 more card. Another refectory would be good. A psychologist is not bad either. A room where your students can be immune to the loss of sanity. It is quite early yet, so we'll go for another refectory just so I can have a nice student quarter setup. Especially since we're on the lake, the walk to the village is very far. It's actually this way, my bad. So I want them to stay in the school as much as possible. I'll go back to free application. This makes more people come to your school. Having a lot of students is very useful. I also do this. I reduce the curriculum length by 1 year. It's not the best of ideas in all situations, but for me, I want to graduate a lot of students very early to get a lot of bonuses. So free application, reduced length is pretty good. How does this game make progression between the 7 university you're gonna have to play is this board here. You have access to futures. Whenever your students are ready to graduate into the world, they'll have a job. And that job can give you an instantaneous or permanent effect. And the permanent effects stack for the whole campaign, so for all 7 university. For example, you'll have a rune master that'll make runology be learned 1% faster. Having just one doesn't do much, but if over 6 university you do a lot of alchemy, so people learn runes quite a bit, you'll have like 70% bonus, 100% bonus by the end, which makes your last university, the one in which you actually have to fight a lot of evil, much more powerful. Okay, let's build the students' quarter. I have some strategies on how I'm going to set this up. Specifically, there's a room called the Trophy Room, which has an effect on all adjacent rooms. So I'm going to set one up here. I'm going to place this, like this, another refectory, and finally a dormitory here, whenever I have a room here, so that they can link up. This way I'll have the Trophy Room in the middle, and I can have effects on both refectory, the dormitory, and the students' hall, which can be very useful. Going to speed 3 for a while until all the students get to the school, all the teachers as well. We can see them walk. Pathfinding in this game is very important. The layout of your rooms matter quite a lot, which is why I put the classrooms at the bottom, then the student quarters, and then I'll put some more classrooms. So basically, if they're in classrooms here, they go down just 1 level. If they're here, they go up just 1 level. Avoid walking for no reason. We get some events quite frequently in this game. This particular event is just student applications, comes very often. But for example, we'll be contacted by the Peasant factions. Okay, chaotic good, courageous, ambitious, demoralized, aggressive, chosen by the light. Chaotic good works pretty well. Child of nature, go with the guys who learn nature. Diligent, claustrophobic, called to learn shadow magic very well. It's lawful good actually, so just here. Worker, okay. Athletic, bully, a little slow, well off, lots of money. We'll put him here since it's lawful good. I'd start using alignment, is very useful. As you can see, if they are in a class that is given by a teacher of the same alignment as them, their needs grow slower and their speed of learning is faster. Lawful neutral will be nice in this. Neutral. Put him in the House of Nitro. This villagers send their regard. Hi there, we're from around here. We do not like trouble, and we're not fond of strangers. Oh, you wanted to bully? Sorry, Franco. I'll give you a next one. What are you doing here exactly? Do not worry, we exclusively teach sacred magic. Do not worry, for we mainly train mages specialized in the healing of farm animals. Or do not worry, for a school... Okay, just got a message from OBS telling me there was a problem, but I don't see any problem, so... Do tell if you see anyone. Any case, do not worry, for our school mainly trained mages specialized in necromancy and the summoning of powerful demons. I'll do this. We are the bad guys after all. We get some shadow mana. Finally we get our first specialized classrooms. So these classrooms we put at the bottom, the light room, alchemy room, shadow room, they give to all of the disciplines of that specific branch of magic at once. Oh yeah, maybe I did run out of recording space. It's a very possible case. But these give one specific skill of the branch of magic, so we can go necromancy or demonology. Nitro, which would you prefer? Summon demons or restore the dead? If you have no preference, I'll go for the necromancy room. It's too wide, which would be useful to put here. Well, too slow. We'll put the crypt here. We're going to put a neutral evil teacher under the king's protection. Very useful. Gives us some reputation with the king. A friend with the second cousin of the king's own sons-in-law's sister. In a word, influential. And finally, I can put the dome there. Nice. We have a nice quarter right here. So, if we take any student, for example this one, we can see all the types of magic. There's quite a few. They are divided in 5 branches, which is nature, light, arcane, shadow, and alchemy. There's like beast magic, herbalism, druidism, heroism, and so on. You'll see them as I play through the game. So these rooms at the bottom, they teach all 3 at the same time, but not very fast. The king sends its regard, a new school for my kingdom. So very great, and he wants to help. He's a fair and generous king. Amazing. Could get an advanced room, also money. I prefer the room right now. We don't have a lot built. The Janitor's Lodge. The Janitor is linked to shadow magic because you need a seriously dark temper to scare off students. This is amazing early. Efficiency goes down from cleanliness impacts efficiency of every room, so it's very important to have this. Can we make undead of our own pupils? Not exactly, but there are multiple events in the game in which you transform dead students into vampires. So kinda. Where should we put the janitor? We'll probably put him here or there. And I'm thinking here. I want someone who moves fast. Everything else on the janitor doesn't matter. Punctual, moves faster than most character. Amazing. She's also under the king's protection, but she doesn't teach. She's a janitor. I love how the janitors have like pedagogy stats. The Adventurer Guild sends its regards. I found a window between two troll massacres to come say hi. What kind of mage do we train? Mages who can mend forks, who can blow things up, or we can use magical trinkets. We have the Master Builder, not the Master Destroyer. But I do like blowing things up. We got a Demonic Chamber on Elementalist Dojo. We already have one advanced Shadow classroom, so let's go for Elemental instead. We'll put it here. Gives us some room over there. Honestly, I'll just stay with Pedagogy good here. Don't even look at the other traits. We can look at the students. They are learning light magic at a very slow pace. That's not amazing. Got a first guinea pig. We can discuss with all the factions. They like us not that much right now. Getting the factions to like you or dislike you gives you bonuses or maluses. For example, the peasants who really don't like me right now can lower or increase the teacher's salary. It would not be a bad idea to go see them now. Or we can see the orcs. The plus 75 that reduces the cost of all cards by 5% is very useful to have early, but they're pretty annoying. It's good to have a look at what kind of mana you have here. Certain factions will demand certain mana for increase. What I'll do is I'll raise my shadow mana to 100, and then I'll go see the Inquisition. The Inquisition will be very happy if I give them the heretic artifacts. Absolutely taken from the forces of evil, not taught in our school. No worries, no problem with this. Got some new students in Alchemy Apprentice, Jack of all trades. Very good in the school that has 3 different disciplines. Unbreakable, Pretentious, and Slow. Pretentious is pretty good for this. Beautiful Orphan. Double beautiful in Franconian school. Popular but evil will be in Niger's school, despite the obvious implication. Passionate and claustrophobic, lawful evil. That's okay in Shadow Mana. An intern just discovered a secret entrance leading to the old archives of King Buktoland IV. We're a bit scared to go there, but maybe it could help us explore. An administrative dungeon? No thanks. I don't have the money or anything to do it anyway, so no thanks. These students are learning Necromancy. As you can see, these guys stayed quite a bit in the Sacred Magic, but they didn't go up very well. Actually, why are these guys allowed to go... Oh, I never forbid light or shadow to these guys. Yeah. But this room teaches Necromancy much faster than this room teaches the 3, even if you combine them. The student was in the Shadow Room, and he got 1 level in Demonology and Assassination, but now he's a much better Necromancer. Chosen by the Light, Ambitious Bully. Perfect. Child of Nature, go to Jake. Orphan, Evil, go to Nitro, and that's about it. All I'm saying is I did see hordes of students misbehaving and they're making so much noise that I can't concentrate. It's so annoying. Extreme situations call for extreme solutions. We'll draw the Pyre, costs us prestige, which makes more students calm. But the Pyre is interesting. It causes characters in this room to become good, which is very good in the light room, because we want them to be good anyway. I believe the teacher is... this one is not good. I mean, that actually, this works on the teacher as well, so he could become good. So that's pretty good news. Okay, students are going, they're eating, they're going to sleep here. They don't go out of the school, which is very important. We don't want them to go out of the school at all, if possible. They will sometimes, but as little as we can. Okay, we can get a Pentacle, which is the equivalent of Pyre, but for dark magic. They can become bad and get a trait that allows them to learn Shadow Magic faster. Or Demonic Chamber. Although I really like the Pentacle, I'll go for the Demonic Chamber right now, because we need more classrooms. And there's a nice spot right here for it. Lawful Good, they're both Lawful Good, teaching demonology. Not the best, but we have no choice. Got our new guinea pig. The Inquisition likes us quite a bit, and I do want some light magic just to set up the school, so I'll wait for us to get some more shadow mana, then we'll give it to him. They want a fertility potion. We sadly cannot help them, so no. Jack of all trades worker, athletic orphan, but evil, well-behaved arcane scholar. Nitro can do arcane, I believe. No, we do alchemy. Who does arcane? The last school. Okay. Light deck. Trophy room, amazing. Artifacts, relics, and decoration in this room also act on active characters in horizontally and vertically adjacent powers, rooms but operate at half power. So, if I put this here, and I put this banner that says, active characters in this room improve your reputation with the Peasant. Basically, any student who is not currently studying, because there's like the 2 refectories and the dormitory and the lounge, it will improve my reputation with Peasant. So this solves my reputation with Peasant basically on its own. It's insanely powerful, and you can fit quite a lot of things in this. I could put the Pyre, for example, but I don't want all my students to become good. School specialty. Every reputable, respectable school needs a special magic discipline they specialize in. Arcane, light, alchemy, or natural magic. Light magic, no thanks. What about arcane? For certain rooms next to each other, there's no obvious bonus or malus, but some rooms do have... the way rooms work is interesting in the way that some have rooms to the doors to the left and right, some have staircases, and some have both. So for example, if I place this room here, you can go up and down, left and right. But this lounge, for example, can only go up and down, can't go left. So if I put it here, I would block my pathfinding for this room from for this path, for example. So you do have to put a lot of thinking on the pathfinding rather than the synergy of the rooms. It can be a difficult challenge. For example, if I put another student's hall here, I would lock my way out of... I couldn't actually. Well, I couldn't actually put a student's hall here. For example, let's say I put a room that does not have a staircase here, that just go left and right. I could not put a room here, because there's no left to right door here, and this one could not go up or down. If I built something from the up that could go down, potentially I could put a room here, but it would make the architecture of the school much harder to balance. A bright future, specific teaching goals. We could make craftsmen with 20 enchanters. We can make dragon riders with beast magic and heroism. Or fossil hunter with temporal magic and beast magic. That sounds pretty cool. Each school you get 3 challenges. If you get 1 star, you get a common spellbook at the end. 2 star, a rare. 3, a legendary. The spellbook are modifiers on all your next schools. For example, the cost of cards, instead of increasing by 50 every time, increases by 25. A lot of people say that it could be a very fun board game, and I absolutely agree. It could be a very, very fun board game. Even the Lord of Evil gauge here feels board gamey. So I don't have the mana to go see the Inquisition yet. I'll wait for this. Actually, I guess we can just see the other factions. We'll get the 5. I mean, we can get the 5 for 3. Whoa, since I have a Pyre, I could get 300 light mana instead. At this stage of the game, that is very valuable. Let's go for it. Okay, we have the choice between decoration, makes people courageous, which makes them more powerful in combat. This is very niche, don't care. Sacred Hallow, that's an artifact. Artifacts are an object that have a permanent effect on students as long as they meet a certain requirement. So every student who has level 3 in Sacred Magic would grow their hunger 75% slower. Finally, the Righteous Cloister, bedroom for Sacred Magic, actually. This classroom is annoying because it needs to have an empty space above of it. You see that red line? It sees that there can be nothing above of it. So very annoying classroom. We do have a lot of light students, so it's important to set up some classrooms. I'll put this here. I prefer to have the nothing above on the sides. Lawful neutral, neutral, mediocre, appropriate. Let's go with them. And we keep going. Mana is generated by the study of any type of magic. So I have no one studying nature right now because I know nature classroom, which means that I don't get any mana, which makes it harder to get classrooms, which makes it harder to get mana, and so on. Our kid bothers us much less when he's out at your school than when he's at home. Can you make sure he does not come home too often? We can make a space just for him by drawing a private bedroom. That's a very good card anyway, so let's go for it. I'll put this here, makes more room for bed. It's basically a dormitory, but more efficient, but it's only got 2 beds. Let's keep drawing some cards. Oh, that's the challenge I put in the game. I should not get potions in the drawers, but I put a modifier on this campaign that does this. It's actually very lucky, because I want nature mana anyway, so I'm playing this, getting some nature mana, and this is absolutely awful. Only drew card. I'll take Guardian, which is a permanent modifier on a teacher. They can now perform critical hits, which give a large bonus to students. The Necromancer teacher will become a crit. Let's see if I can crit in front of us. He actually leaves to go eat. Okay. Dolmen, a classroom for druidism. So we can actually start teaching some nature mana. I will actually put it here. That's not a bad placement for it. I can fill this space later on. Ex-adventurer, gives me some reputation with the Adventurer Guild. Some more arcane. We could start doing this. Alchemical components allow you to make these potions we just drew. Having a millowing in your school gives you millowing feathers, which you can use to create potions. I'll actually just put it in here, right there. And we'll start to get the millowing feathers slowly from now on. A library. Up to 2 students can work at the library to improve their best magic. So if there's no room in a classroom, they can just go to the library and improve on their own. It fits right here. It's pretty good. Sadly, there's no door here anyway, so that fits pretty good. Here we are. The school is starting to look like something. I want a teacher's lounge here so bad, so they can not have to go out when they're hungry. Who should we go and see? Inquisition again. We didn't get the... Okay, there's a lot of activity here. A bunch of priests are trying to chain a large demonic creature above a pentacle drawn in chicken blood. We could push them around and get the demon to get a demon chamber. I think we already have a demon chamber, so it's not very much worth it. Let's just improve ourselves. Chaotic evil. Just all go to Nitro. We do not give scholarship to our best students because we are way too poor. Uh-oh, not great. Okay, characters who eat in this room have a chance to create cheese, which is an alchemical component as well. Or Hero's Chapel. I think I'll go for cheese since we already have the millowing. Makes sense to start creating more alchemical reagents. You need 3 different reagents, and you can create one of those potions. Every potion has 2 recipes, and the order of the component doesn't matter. So there's, 6 or 7 different components, I think. Including one that's a joker. It just draws a random element that you've not used before. Pretty fun. I do need something for my teachers here. Okay, we have our first graduates. So, open graduation, we have a choice of futures. It's random, and we have 1 reroll. This Lolita Nosrovas from House Jake has pitiful magical skill, just 1 level in elementalism, and that's it. There'll be a peasant, give me -1 prestige, But increase my peasant reputation by 5. That's not too bad. This one of House Franconian has quite a few more magic, 1 level in each light magic. Can be an altered child, a peasant, village mage, or village guardian, or squire. We'll reroll the altered child just to see. Village guardian, 50 light mana. Why not? That's it. That's the only 2 students that graduated so far. The orcs are hungry, but thankfully we have a raclette dish, and we can just make a cheese banquet. Get some reputation and prestige instead of having minus 15 reputation of peasant and kingdom. Okay, now we just slowly wait for students to get up in levels. Druidism is going pretty fine. And we want more mana so that we can start building even more rooms and get more mana and so on and so forth. We have a neutral good orphan that is deaf and shifty, not the best. A beautiful coward chatty student. Asking for fertility potions again. We cannot help her. Please stop asking. Still have minus 3 with the peasant, plus 25 with the Inquisition, which give us more light mana while studying. The orcs at plus 5, the king's at 6, adventurers 2, Lord of Evil is at 5 actually. And there's some merchant we can spend money on. We are making a lot of shadow mana. Let's go see the Lord of Evil. Have you come to beg for mercy? Absolutely not. Well, not really. Alright, yes, definitely. Becoming friend with the Lord of Evil is actually a powerful decision. Oh, the Nessie is talking to us. Work. That was in the lake. Wait here. We can learn its language with 200 natural mana or 200 arcane mana to talk spirit to spirit. Hello, Worm. Am I so quiet? I didn't know I was so quiet. I'll put my mic up just a tad. You tell if it helps. Let's draw more from the shadow deck. Get 5 prestige. It's okay. Chains, active students in this room are intimidated and misbehave less for a few minutes on Assassin's Arena to teach assassination. We already have Demonology and a Crypt, so let's go for the rest of Shadow Magic. A chaotic good. It's some chaos, I guess, in assassination. I'm not sure I see the good, but that's okay. Okay, the students are asking again for help because they are making too much noise. We will not draw another pyre. 1 is enough. I don't want to spend the prestige. I want students. Ambitious, well-behaved, lawful, neutral, claustrophobic student. So less shadow. See you, Franco. Claustrophobic makes you learn shadow magic less efficiently, so we'll just put him in the House of Jake. A coffin. Students who sleep in this bed have a small chance of becoming vampires. This is very useful, especially with if you become friend with the Lord of Evil. There's some events that depend on having a coffin in your school. So let's add it. Speaking of the Lord of Evil, we should just go and beg for mercy again. Likes us a bit every time we do this. A golf shifty student who is diligent, chaotic good, but that's okay. Can still go into House of Nitra. Despite his goodness. A student misbehaved and created the portal to the void. Never a good look. Active students in this room slightly improve their demonology skill. The child-eating bed, which creates the Joker I was talking about. You can just place it with any other 2 ingredients, and I'll create a random potion out of this. Or prison to stop student misbehaving. We already have Millowing and cheese. Let's go for the last ingredient so we can start churning out potions. Potions are very powerful. It's good to get them early. Fertility potion again. We can either get 15 faction reputation with them, which is pretty good. Or -10 and 250 gold. I think I'll go with the reputation. We do need this quite a bit. The Bright Staff Refectory, thank God, allows 7 staff member to lower all of the problems, increase their health, increase sanity, their hunger grows slower. It's basically the perfect room for this hole I kept here. So now, when the teacher's hungry, instead of leaving the school, or bored for example, this teacher is looking for a way to alleviate their boredom, they're leaving the school, which is never good. Now we'll just go to the refectory, and they'll never leave the school again. They'll work for me forever. Amazing. More students. A minion, 150 shadow mana. That's pretty good. We do need this early. Village mage is not good when we have minion 55%. Or Undertaker, I guess. A village mage or ritual master. Oh, dead. That's a risky roll. Village mage will be fine given the rest that's available. Another ritual master. And another Undertaker. Oh, we have the potential for a Necromancer. That's a lot of shadow mana. And here we are, 500 shadow mana. This requires Necromancy 4, which is not easy to get, but we got just that. Like, basically nothing else, just this. Perfect. Congratulations, House of Nitro, for graduating the first actual mage student. And the second one, right away. 1,000 shadow mana just for that. The Merchants Guild is interested in your university. They might support me financially if we can finish the goal of having 10,000 gold piece. It's our last challenge for the school. I do not like this one. I prefer this one, which is graduating 110 students. We'll get this no problem. We already have 10, and this is the very start of the school, so there's no worry whatsoever that we'll meet this goal. We have the Health Risk Waffle Maker. Characters who hit in this room no longer feel hunger, but are more susceptible to loss of health. Useful to put in a refectory. Yep. So they don't come too often. New vampires. Place some more vampires in the school. As always, when you get a card that gives you a set number of students, increase the fee beforehand. Get some easy money on the go. Comical Bully Voracious Lawful Good. A Light Sleeper, Unbreakable Neutral Evil. Okay, we got 150 gold plus the 5 students. And they're all vampires. Non-humans are straight up better in this game. They only have bonuses. So he's 13 to 14 years around the most you can hold off the Dark One. If you don't use the exploits that I've found, yes, I've never, without exploits, been able to pass winter of year 14. With the exploit I've been using, I've been to year 35 and then I just got bored and stopped, but you can basically hold it up forever. Okay, vampires. They sleep during the day and never at night. This is very useful if you don't only have vampires, which means that they'll basically don't use dormitory space at the same time as everyone else. They learn all magic 30% faster, generate more shadow mana, and are immune to aberration, compared to humans who have nothing. This is an aberration. By studying arcane magic, we can get arcane mushrooms, which loses a little health over time. There are 1 aberration for each school of magic, and this is the one for arcane. Ritual components. Active teachers in this room have a chance of creating component cards. We'll just place it somewhere the teachers are, and there's no room in which there's a teacher that I can place it in. That's not ideal. We'll keep it here for now. I think I want to spend arcane for this, not nature. I'll just draw from the nature deck. A stable for beast magic or a greenhouse for herbalism. Greenhouses have the same problem as the cloister. We need empty space above it. I hate it. The stable not only does not need this, but it has 3 magical creature slots and 1 artifact slot. Magic creature slots are the rarest in the game for all buildings, so having a lot of them in a single building is very useful. Let's just go with him. What I like to do is having 1 classroom here, just one side there, and 1 above, so I can have another trophy room in this position. Which would allow me, for example, to put this ritual component surrounded by teachers. It becomes very efficient. A Sleeper Soul, we can make our first potion. A Sylvan Elixir for some more nature mana. Amazing. The Shamanic Staff. When a student is at least level 2 in Druidism, which they'll get easily. They have the Dolmens. They generate more nature mana. So let's do this. Just more nature mana for all of us. Cheese and waffles, what could go wrong? Nothing. That seems like an amazing diet. I'll go see the Lord of Evil again. I want to be able to do this. When you have at least 25 reputation and 1 coffin, you can draw 2 new vampire cards, which is 10 students, so 300 gold. And they're all vampires. It's an amazing, amazing thing you can do. Shadow Disciple, Arcane Scholar, Arcane is there. Comical Steadfast, Bully Hypochondriac. They're clearly comical, but sadly not in the way they understand it. Lawful Evil Alchemy Apprentice will go to Nitro. Lawful Good Light Sleeper down to Earth. Go to Franconian. Come on, Arcane Mana. You can go up. Can we have is anyone studying Arcane? You are allowed Arcana. There's not that many people studying Arcana. Okay, Franconian gets Arcana as well. I did say I would consider it. So it is chosen. We're bored, we don't know what to do, there's nothing fun to do. I'll find you a critter. Witch's Cat. Reduces the needs of all the characters working in the same room. The Fawn. Reducing the growth rate of all the problems for teachers. Or Plant that eats Scholar's Hand. Loses a lot of boredom, but a bit of health. Witch's Cat is pretty good, it's also very cute. We'll put him here. In the student soul, so they're happy. They can play with the cat. Can make another potion. It's another Sylvan Elixir. That's pretty good news. Picking off, we can spend probably the nature actually, since we got so much. And we can speak to Nessie. Salutations. I'm the lake's guardian. Have you got some good fish for me? Not really. Let's say I can find some fish for you. Or let's raise some funds in the kitchen. I will not fight the Nessie, there's no reason to do so. I'll just find a way to get him some fish. A window to another world. Slightly improve their total magic skills. Crystal Ball. Active teachers in this room have a chance of getting rid of a negative trait. Or another Elementalist Dojo. I'm actually going to place this one here. I could level up this one for 10% efficiency, but I think it's a good idea to get multiple ones, since I'm going to get a lot of students coming very soon with the new vampire card with the Lord of Evil. Okay, speaking of students, Gourmet, Chatty, Down to Earth. Comical Down to Earth as well, damn. Well behaved, Procrastinator. Often Heavy Sleeper, Neutral Good, Brilliant. Okay. School is developing with just 1 hole in its structure so far. My master builder would be proud if only I found him. A Hero's Chapel, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their heroism skill. That's not a bad idea. Or this, a reliquary. Students working here learn light magic 50% faster and shadow magics 50% slower, but they don't do both, so it's okay. You can put it in the light room or in the cloister where they are currently studying. Right here. These students will get the reliquary blessing. And now we can see that they get the level 3 really quick. Might even get to level 4. Local Cemetery, High Lord of Evil. There's a rare event, rare, noted by the blue dot. Small white dragon is chained to a dark corner of the room, a recent capture by the Lord of Evil. I can get plus 15 a reputation with him by just saying that it's a beautiful capture, Majesty. And so shall I. You get a prison, very useful for some events, and it reduces the students' need to misbehave. Misbehavior is not just not studying, it's ruining a room for a few. It's exactly what's happening up there. There was a fire, all the students had to flee the room and then come back. Reduces efficiency quite a bit. The board again. Make me some alcohol and give me an alembic as well. Put the alembic in the trophy rooms and all the students can generate alcohol. I finally have another source of reagents. Allowing to make potions, like my life depends on it. Alchemy Apprentice will be good here. Cleaning Potion, amazing. I actually do this. Cleaning Potion is the source of my exploit. the way it works is that it increases the efficiency of every room because it cleans them all, right? So this room, the dolmen, is efficiency 0. That's efficiency plus 12. This plus 12 efficiency is across the whole school, and you can boost the power of potions, which is why it can be very powerful if you have a lot of clean potions. Horror count decreases the desire to misbehave and speeds up the learning process. Pretty good to have, especially in a stable. It's flavorful. So let's put him here. Okay, this student is learning some elemental magic. Very fast, actually. Not bad. I'd like to see this teacher crit. If we can see. Oh, it just did. Went from 0 to level 3 in one go. So yeah, this guardian card I played on this teacher with the critical hits is very useful. Makes your students graduate as much better mages than they otherwise would be. Usual evil, gourmet bully, child of nature, light sleeper. Okay, we have some more futures. A gardener receives some mana right away. I do prefer this in my first university. It's good to get immediate rewards rather than permanent ones. Necromancer, amazing. Gardener is not bad. Like a priest, too bad. I guess I'll just be this. A gardener again. Oh, so here is our first permanent trait. The imps reduce the cost of all shadow cards for the rest of the 7 in universities by 1. So the first one costs 49 instead of 50, second one costs 99 instead of 99, instead of 100, and so on. If you have like 150 imps by the end of the game, your first card costs 0, second card costs 0, third card costs 0, the fourth one costs only 50. It adds up. There are some much better futures than imp. This is one of the weakest permanent traits to give you an idea of how powerful they can be. Again, I'm not very interested in making a lot of permanent traits right now at the start of my first university. I prefer to get a lot of mana so I can build it up. And as it builds up, I'll graduate much better students with much better permanent traits than just like one reduction to shadow. Without going too much into spoilers, you'll have cards. Students that can reduce the cost by more than 1. Some that give you some kind of mana when you draw from another type of deck, and so on. The potion workshop is pretty good for alchemy. We don't have a lot of alchemy. I don't think we have any specialized alchemy classroom except the one at the bottom, actually. So let's put the alchemy workshop right here. Again, I want to have a small classroom here. It can't be big because this needs nothing above it, and I want a trophy room on the left. Lawful Good is not bad at all. Rune Scriptorium for rune magic. A mentor, which makes a teacher pedagogy excellent and they gain 3 random positive trait, can be very useful. Or talisman. They generate more alchemy mana if they have level 1 of enchantment and runes. I think I'll go with the Scriptorium, but I can't place here yet because it doesn't have a, as you can see, it doesn't have a door that goes to the bottom, a blue door here that says it can go up and down. Okay, left and right. I need the trophy room first, and then I can put the Scriptorium here. Wow, only artifacts. Demonic Horns, twice as much damage in combat, I do not care. Demonology 4 and 3 Necromancy that generate 125% more shadow mana. That is pretty amazing. It's not going to be easy to reach for us as of yet, but we'll eventually get to a point where we can graduate that kind of student. Might take a little while, but it'll come. These two give us some reagents. It's Unicorn Horn or Mandragook Root, respectively. I've seen this one before. I'll go with the Unicorn Horn. I'll put it in the trophy room as well. So these guys can generate alcohol or unicorn just by sleeping or eating in these rooms. Speaking of reagents, get some mana for 3. Black Dragon makes learning shadow magic more effective. I love the dragons, they're very useful, and we need them for some events, so there's no reason not to grab them. The Peasant are at 24, and I don't increase the Peasant reputation. It's that banner I put at the start in the trophy room that increases it all the way from -10 to 24. That is very good. I get the new vampire event from the Lord of Evil, go to the headmaster's office. Application just went up, and we recruit. Arcane Scholar, Chatty, Lawful Good, Ambitious, Courageous, Evil. Chosen by the Light. Just funny for a vampire, but... Neutral Evil, a vampire, chosen by the Light. My. And then 3 applications again. Just got a 300 gold and 10 students. Quite the advantageous choice. Coat of Arm, active characters generate a bit of prestige. Prestige adds up very quickly. It gives you more student every time you got, every season. So we do need this quite a bit. It's going to make our school pop off much quicker. Okay, speaking of students, we have 7 more applicants, despite the fact we already have quite a few in school. Popular allergic to crustaceans, so learned alchemy slower. I'll have you know that crabs can kill you if they pinch your throat. I'm sure you're right, Penelope. Child of nature, unbreakable, bully, pretentious, perfect for Franco. Neutral, pretentious. Chosen by the light, beautiful, lawful, evil, chaotic, good. Okay, not the best students in the world, but they'll do the trick. Despite their apparent size, the classrooms can't have that many students. This can only have 6. This can only have 3. You do need a lot of classrooms, which is why, for example, I have 2 dojo, despite the fact that my school is not that very big. Having a duplicate of the room already might seem a bit odd. But I swear that it's a choice I've made with reason. Active students in this room slightly improve their demonology and portal skill, but slowly lose sanity. A funny object. I'll put it in the Elementalist dojo. Oh, it is my page size for the stream is slowly encroaching on all of my disk. Let me just very quickly check that I'm not burning my SSD. Oh, I am burning my SSD pretty bad. I'll just very quickly delete something so that my computer doesn't crash from lack of space. And what will it be actually? Just need to uninstall a game that's on my SSD. What these were wins. This was uninstalled. That should do the trick probably. I'll empty my trash can. Hopefully that will do it. If I crash suddenly, we all know where it's coming from. Where was I? New students. Neutral, evil, well-behaved. Haha, I'd like to see this. A goth. They can't learn light magic very well. Ambitious, chaotic, neutral. Lawful, evil. Beautiful though. Steadfast, claustrophobic. Here we are. I don't go into a lot of depth as to why I choose certain students. If you want me to do that, do tell. I'll go into more detail, but I do think it's just makes sense when you play it. And it's not the most interesting, it's a bit repetitive, so... If you want insights, do tell. Putting a temporal room, it's another elemental magic, arcana magic with elemental. A school with no discipline? With Parent Association has heard it said that discipline is becoming an ever so hazy concept at your school. No worries, we have given the castle a beautiful prison. We get 5 prestige for that. I love Parent Teachers Associations. The peasants are now at 25, lowering salary by 30%. The orcs are only at 5 and I need to work on them. The king is already at also above 25. Let's go see the orcs. I think it's time. Yep, let's just get some free reputation. Wanted to plus 25 with everyone. I think it'll very quickly help with giving us more mana. A greenhouse can only go from left to right and can't have anything above it. It's a very troublesome building to place. It's a pretty good building since we do have nature mana. But I won't place it just yet. I don't know. I can't even place it right now, given its restrictions. I have to think very deep on how best to place it. Active characters in this room improve your reputation with the Inquisition or Distillation. I want to get rid of the potions in the deck, so I'll play it now. As I mentioned earlier, the potions are in the deck only because I took a challenge that adds those in the deck. They're not very good, because I pay like... It's 800 shadow mana to get 200 alchemy mana. Not a good trade at all. Necrostaff, more shadow mana for necromancy students. We're very good at necromancy. These guys... okay, if they go to the classroom. Yeah, this guy is level 5 necromancy. Amazing necromancers all around. An arcane scholar. Allergic to pollen and vicious. Okay. There we are. Some more students. To continue this quest, we're going to need an aquarium or another refectory. I would ideally prefer the refectory, because we have 2, which is quite a bit, but 2 is 10 students, and we have like, I don't know, 70 students in the school, maybe not 70, but like close to 60 students in the school. So 20 tables is not that many. Graduation. People are starting to become actually good now. Level 4 Sacred Magic can become a great priest. We'll try to roll for it, and we fail. Only just a priest. This one was not very good. I got free elementalism. That gives you no future, apparently, but okay. An adventurer can give us gold, which I kind of want. It's not the best future, but I want the gold. I prefer a gardener, maybe? Nope. A peasant. It's not a very good student, Franconian School of Magic. Okay, these are not very good. Minion is okay. Inscripted Mage gives you a permanent bonus, which sadly we won't get to see this time. And a Gardener. Not amazing, but okay. Acceptable. The Pegasus wanders the school and has a chance of making the students' encounters richer. Very good to have in your stable. Students' money increases or reduces all the gains that are linked to the student. So if they go eat in the refectory, they have to pay, and that pay depends on whether they have money or not, basically. Interdimensional room, that's the last Arcana classroom that we need. I do want to have this quite early, so we might as well put it here. That's actually a very good placement, because from here you can actually go in diagonal, basically. You can go up to this room. So I can place the greenhouse, which is annoying to place, right there. And I don't suffer too much for it, because if they want to go to the greenhouse, they just go up here and immediately to the left. They don't lose a lot of pathing. More students are coming. Allergic crustaceans. Jack of all trade, but allergic to pollen. Not that jack of all trade. This one is as well, damn. Worker, okay. I'm trying to balance the number of students in each house so that it makes some amount of sense. We look at these students, they have the staff that we got earlier, so they generate more mana now when they study Necro, like any shadow magic. And level 3 Necromancy goes pretty okay, just one critical hit just gives them the staff, basically. Like for this one, you got a critical, and plus just the time in the classroom gives them the staff. We'll get much more shadow mana from now on, and for basically the rest of the game. Orcs or Adventurer? Do we want Arcane or Nature mana more? I think I'm gonna go Arcane mana. Oh. Yeah, let's just get the reputation. No need for the item they can sell us. Shadow deck of Skull. The needs of active teacher in this room increases most slowly, and they may lose their unionized trait. Not the most useful, but very funny. We'll just improve our Assassin Arena. By putting another Assassin Arena on this, it leveled up to level 1, which I can either just keep as 10% efficiency, or spend on a trait. This one, the ones that take on the course learn 40% faster, which is very important. I mentioned this, the scale. All potion cards become 40% more effective. Given that my deck is flooded with potions, I want those potions to be useful, so I'll put it here. And here it is, the cleaning potion. Remember earlier it gave us 12% of efficiency on all the score. Now it's 17% efficiency on all the score. Pretty good. More students. I don't have my trophy room, so I can finally place my scriptorium here. Nothing says union busting more than Skull Candle. Absolutely. Okay, we have access to a dungeon. The dungeon is kind of a side game in this game. It's very cute. If I was playing for myself, I would just take the gold right now. We are very strapped for gold. Just for fun, I'll actually accept I'll take the dungeon. We'll go to the Grey Mountain Cave. Seems okay in terms of difficulty. Just make some potions and we shall go. Yeah, gluten-filled refectory. You have such little respect for your students that you do not offer a gluten-free meal. It's fine, we'll just remove it from the food magically. Okay, local map. Let's go to the dungeon. And from here we must assemble a team of 5 students. These 5 students, or 4 students. I'll try to go as far in this dungeon as possible, and until I retreat, or they all die. Usually you try to retreat before they'll die. For now my students kinda suck, they're not very high levels. The level of magic they have make their skill in the dungeon different, so we'll come back later. When I actually start to become a decent teacher of magic and that my student become good. An infirmary, pretty good for removing aberrations that I want to get rid of. I was waiting for a room here anyway. Not planning to put a trophy room there. Let's put the infirmary. It can heal the aberrations that we've seen. Ah, Franco, you almost graduated a great priest, and sadly the role did not go through. You've also graduated quite a few village mages or peasants, so some wins, some loses. Let's say an average of okay. I'm upgrading the crypt so I can get this. Bad students have a strong chance of getting the Shadow Disciple trait. We can basically put all the bad students to the Shadow School and they'll automatically get Shadow Disciple. So for example, this guy is evil, which is bad. Bad translation. And you will get the trait very quickly and very easily. Oh, that was a bad move actually. I'll need to move this guy. Pathetic and procrastinated, chosen by the light. Lawful good. Okay. Need to move one of the students who is actually a goth. And if there's one thing that the House of Franconian cannot tolerate is goth students. Finally, the trophy room that I wanted to put right here. We'll put the scriptorium with a courageous and punctual teacher. Appropriate pedagogy. We can finally start putting these ritual components, which have been sitting in my hand for God knows how long. Also put the coat of arm in there. I believe I had an alembic here. Well, put in the trophy room. Just make it more efficient so it hits more students at once. And teachers. Okay, the orcs are almost to 25 and then everyone else loves me. Good news. Sign of the Eldest. When a student is at least level 3 in Demonology and level 2 in Portal Magic. They receive the Sign of the Eldest. When they receive a future, the Lord of Evil is repelled by 1%. That's pretty good. We'll try to have that work. By the way, Franco, I did give Arcana to your house. You won on this one. A component supply for active characters in this room have a chance of creating a component card or a janitor pet. Janitor pet is very useful. I think I'll just go for him. That room was was at 11 efficiency. It's got to 19 in just one pass of that pet. I'll go across the school. It's not exactly precise, but not bad. But Tithe, we've chosen to tolerate your impious sorcery university. But we have to pay or tithe. I'll just pay. I don't want them to hate me too much. Cleaning potion. Always will play the cleaning potion. When a student is at least level 3 in Druidism, we do teach Druidism pretty well, but Tiredness grows 75% slower. That is so good. So that guy just got it. His Tiredness is basically growing much slower than the other two problems. So he won't use a dormitory that often. A great priest! Finally the House of Franconian has done it. That student is a level 4 Sacred Magic. He will increase the Sacred Magic learning rate by 1% for the whole campaign. A Ritual Master, not Great Gardener, that's better. A Conscripted Mage, or a Hero, or a Great Priest. Quite a lot of future for this one. Well, 2/4/2, double chosen by the light. All the King reputation gains are increased by 1%. I love this. Just a Priest, that's okay. Another Great Priest, an Adventurer. We can have a Lich. And we failed the roll. It's okay. We just get 500 mana anyway. A Shepherd. Another Conscripted Mage. We're up to 2% now. A Peasant. Yay. Venture is okay. An Ink Maker or Perfumer. Much better than Village Mage. And much better than Peasant. Ranger is okay. Peasant is not great. Another Great Priest. Wow, the House of Franco is doing good. Ooh, 53% for Lich. Because he's ambitious, has a better chance of getting the most beneficial futures. Level 5 Necromancy, nothing else except a bit of potions. Necromancer is okay. Got a lot out of this. These are all lighting up like crazy. I'm going to level up one of my Elementalist dojo. In the dojo, 2 students will duel instead of just watch the duel. They learn faster and lose some health. It's okay, weapon infirmary, they'll heal. An arcane room, we still did not have an arcane room. Hard to believe. I don't even know if I want one at this point, since I have all 3. Yeah, I don't think I do. I'll just increase the alchemy room by 10%. New werewolves. Or more prestige. I'll go with the werewolves. Gives us some money because we upped the fee right before we recruit them. Alchemy apprentice, an orphan, bibliophobia, beautiful neutral good, well-behaved neutral good. Okay, quite a lot in the House of Franco. From oops, what did I change? Was I paid mill? Was I free mills before? No, I was paid mill. And a teacher's lounge, a bit late. I did want this much earlier than this. And sadly can't fit here, which would have been pretty good. We're surrounded by teachers. But here will do. There's teachers here, there. This one can go here, this one can go up the lounge. Instead of having to walk all the way down to the Bright Staff Refectory. A medical bed. They restore health and give me gold. Always good to give some gold. King Potion will always be played. Dome is at 49% efficiency already. Bottle of Glory is pretty good for some prestige, or Evil Banner, or improved reputation with the Lord of Evil. I'll go with the prestige. I like prestige, especially when I have so little. When you have like 500, playing the potion doesn't matter that much. But right now, it's pretty good. Speaking of potions, let's make some more. Lord of Evil is growing closer and not doing amazing so far, but we should be able to get some better results soon. Do I have some money to spend? I'll wait to have 200, then I'll go see the merchants, see if they can sell me anything. Sell artifacts, potions, or classrooms. I'll go for the artifacts. Spellbook. For giving a random specialization. Hunting trophy, they move much faster in this room. I'll put this in the bedroom so they go in and out of the bedroom faster. Alchemy, Outrageous neutral. Yes. Yes. They found a cow missing. Was it me? Of course, we use cow blood for a summoning ritual. They did not like this. Crypt is level 2. Now it'll give that trait that allows learning shadow magic much faster to all evil students. There's quite a few students. Library will put level 2 to remove the bibliophobia trait to all the ones that come. Now, artifact. As you can see, we already have one. It says so here. We've already played this card one time. When a student is at least level 3 in Druidism. So what happens if we play a second time? If you already have the artifact, every other time you play that card reduces the level requirements by 1 with a minimum of 1. So now instead of level 3 in Druidism, it will be level 2 in Druidism, which is very good. Eventually you'll have level 1 in Druidism, and if you have an item in your trophy room that gives Druidism to everyone, we'll basically all get that artifact, which is very powerful. Neutral evil, arcane scholar, lawful good, chaotic good, chaotic evil. Got some cheese. Did you know cheese was initially created for use in alchemy until some starving apprentice tried to eat some? That's a true story. Let's just go for the Philo Stone, get some money. Getting a lot of reagents lately, that helps. Some new half-orcs. Shadow. Oh, another janitor's lodge. I do love my janitors. I want someone who moves fast, and neither of those do. This one is actually awful. An elder moves very slowly. I could buy what fell off the back of a wagon. So I could put this to level 1 Druidism, which is very good. Or I could put this one to level 3 and 2 respectively. It reduces 2 levels, so I'm gonna go for this. Especially 125 more mana is so good. There's no way no way that I don't go for it. I'll just play the reagent. I'm not happy about it, but that's okay. I'm always wanting to prioritize this room because of the Abyssal Portal. It teaches demonology to all students who study here. If you remember that artifact you grabbed earlier, called the Sign of the Eldest, you need demonology and portal magic. This room will teach both, which is amazing. Speaking of, I had a tentacle, which teaches both. We're going to put it here. But it makes sense. A new dormitory, that's very good. I'm very happy with a new dormitory. I wouldn't mind creating some new students' quarter up there. I do need more gold, so let's get these fees up before I recruit the half orcs. These 150 gold add up. Neutral, good. Yeah, chaotic neutral. That's okay. Evil. Chosen by the light, but evil. Yeah. I'll trust that. Private bedroom, a witch's cat on nature room. Go with the private bedroom. I'll put it here. This way, I can put a refectory or dormitory here. There's 2 spaces. Because I couldn't put anything. Oh, actually, this is 2 above. I said nothing. The other way around would have worked anyway. Who should we go and see? I'm missing the gold. I want more refectories very badly. We could ask the king for gold. Well, not like this, but who cares, you know? Not the Inquisition. King. Oh, well. There's a circus coming to town, but they have a problem. Their main attraction is sick. We can land our Pegasus and get 400 gold. With no relationship malice. That's pretty good. Another Philo Stone gives us even more gold. Can we get a refectory, please? just put another dormitory here, and refectory will be on top, with a trophy room in the middle, so I can do this same kind of setup that I have here. Of course, I need to get the refectory for that. Potion workshop I upgrade, same. I want this upgrade, it's very useful. I'll explain how it works when we get it. Sacred elixir will do. The bad breeder, shaman, shapeshifter, unicorn handler, there's a lot of things. Unicorn handler, the dolmen room is 0.5% more efficient. Not great, but it's okay. Oh, a lich. Oh, a stonecutter. Imagine you are graduating from magic school. You are an amazing necromancer and you decide to cut stone. The humor is great. Lich, here it is. Increases the necromancy learning rate by 1.5%. The priest, a librarian. All new students have plus 1% of having the worker trait. Worker is plus 10% to all magics. Very good. Having a lot of librarian will help massively in future runs. Reduces all prestige losses by 0.5%. 200 mana and druidism learning rate. Some more shadow mana. That's okay. That's better. That's okay. Necromancer? Here it is. If you don't like the future, you can do this. It won't reroll anything, just except for all of them. I think it's a very strange way to play, because the futures are pretty fun, and also rerolling is very important to get whatever you want. I'm not sure why you would do this. Laziness, I guess. Another tentacle, maybe? Not a bad idea. To give them a lot more demonology here and there. Quite a few potions that I really can't care about. I'll go for the prestige. The greenhouse has a lot of interesting things that harvest potion components. So we'll go for this. You can buy a critter. I do like to have animals. Reduce all the needs of characters. We'll put him here, pretty central. Another reagent. Or a hero chapel. We should make some heroes by now. Both are evil. Interesting choices for light magic teacher. Who am I to judge, however? Who am I to judge? Same here. I'm gonna want to have some more interesting classrooms for other disciplines. For example, enchantment for alchemy. Yes. Going to beg for gold again to the king. Really need gold. Here we are. Thank you. Still no factory. It's okay, we got a canopy bed, which is more efficient and gives me gold. So we should get the next card easier. I don't want this potion. Be gone. Improve this assassin area. We'll change the bonus to compete vehicles are more likely to become athletes. They move faster, which in a game that's a lot about pathfinding is important. Chamber of Truth, a repentant bed can remove negative trait upon sleeping on it. Very useful. Let's put it. Continuing my passion for sleeping potion. It's never gonna stop. Oh, trust me, it's never going to stop. I'm purposefully stopping myself from doing my my cleaning potion exploit because it's way too powerful. Okay, Sir King, please give me some more gold again. A tribal bed. Characters who sleep in this bed no longer become tired. Once you've slept in it, you'd rather never have to sleep again at all. That's good. A fairy dragon. I do need dragons anyway, and non-humans are the best. Another tribal bed. It's always good. This guy is just sleeping in the bed right now. We'll see when he goes out. Could have heavy rest. Tiredness growth is halved for a long time, and at least 1200 is a very long time. Hi, Sleepy Trash Panda. Glad you got the game. Tell me if you like it. I find it a very charming experience. It's a very cute game. There's a lot of love that's been put into it, and I appreciate this quite a lot. I believe it's also a French game, which makes it so I understand the Aaron translation much better. Sign of the Eldest to level 2 to reduce the Demonology and Portal Magic requirement is good. Librarian, you could be a Necromancer, man. Oh my. He's got these dark wings and is a village mage. An Inkmaker is okay. Shaman. 4% chance of losing the allergic to pollen, which is the pollen, the minus nature mana thing. Yeah, it's a very cute game. You'll see the first few universities do tend to not be very efficient, especially when it comes to pathing. But don't give up. It's okay to experiment. You have 7 university anyway to try. And in general, this game is not a game that's about difficulty. It's hard to lose this game, except if you're like the hardest and fastest difficulties. So do take it easy, just have fun. Okay, quite a few graduate this time, including a few interesting futures. We are starting to become actual good people. We've had 0 fossil hunters, which is not great, given it's our objective to get 6. But we got 82 students already, and yeah, this I'm not afraid of. We'll get it. Maybe in the intent of getting these this objective complete, we should forbid alchemy to this school, so we do Arcana and Nature. Are the 2 you need. The Temporal Magic and Beast Magic. So specifically this room and that room. Refectory? Oh, new house is interesting, but it's a bit late. I want to reorganize my houses. What should we do? All of those are kind of mediocre. Just put the magic armor here, I guess. Oh, it's actually pretty good, since this makes them lose health. Now you'll have how much health they lose. The Pentacle. Active characters can become bad and learn shadow magic faster. Just put this in the crypt. It's a perfect place for it. Just a few highlights on this. How cute. Green Dragon. That's my 3rd dragon, I believe. I need 4 for this specific objective. But always good to have quite a few extra. I still need my refectory. I'll get it at some point, I'm sure. Eventually. Okay, students. I'm not sure we'll make the middle objective in this school. We're losing time on this, and sadly with the no refectory I wasn't able to take full advantage of the lake's advantage. So it's quite likely that this we'll have to cross this objective is lost. That's okay though. I'll get them all. Some more money. Refectory? Come on. What a sad time. We got a witch's cat at least. Put him here. I'm already running out of pet slots, actually. Which is why I said earlier that the stable is so good for this specific purpose. Oh, here it is. I was thinking I forgot the trophy room I had planned, but I did not forget it. Look at me go. Arcane Scholar is good. Got the good. The Orc want tribute. I'll just craft whatever they want. I'll make them very happy with me. Almost 75. I think I have a banner somewhere with the orcs to get it passively, but I'm not 100% certain on this. Okay, basically every student who can become this fossil hunter will become fossil hunter. At least a potential fossil hunter. It's temple magic, beast magic. This is not looking great on that front. I'm gonna have to push back the Lord of Evil very soon. That's going to be making my using up all my guinea pig slots from very soon, basically. I'm going to just upgrade my my kingdom reputation, because he's the person you can ask for help with the Lord of Evil. An animal would convince him to stay. I would like that. A dragon? Oh, aquarium. Perfect. I don't need a refectory anymore. Now I just need to find where the slot is. Here it is. Hello, fish. Let me fetch some dragons. I need one more dragon. If we get one more dragon, we get the bonus. Might be very late, sadly. I'm not gonna spoil the bonus until we see it, just so you have a chance to see it yourself. It's very, very worth it. Which is why I'm rushing for it so much. But sadly, not a great amount of luck on the dragon and the refectory side. This modifier I put in the game that puts these potions in my deck, I figured it would not be a very big problem. And I was very wrong. This is very brutal. At the start it's not too bad, actually. You're happy to get some early potions. But as soon as the potions, like the scaling of the cards is much higher than the potion, you regret having this so badly. Okay, some more graduate. An Archdruid is available, and we don't get it. A hero is okay. A Lord of the Demonic Plane. Or you could go be an imp instead. Let's try to reroll. And no, it wants to be an imp. I'll show you how to make potions very quickly, Trash Panda. Elementalist increases learning rate. A Portal Master, maybe? No. Scholar is okay. Venture, a Great Priest, House of Rinconian, has really come a long way. Shapeshifter? Yeah. Smuggler is okay. Shaman is great, I love Shaman. Great Priest again. My. Cartographer and Hero. Okay, so for the potions, you get these alchemical reagents throughout the game. For example, the Alembic can give you alcohol. The Parkofit can give you a Parkofit hat. Actually, this should not be here. Be in a room with a teacher, for example, here. You have the Unicorn Pot that can give you unicorn horns, and so on and so forth. These reagents show up as card here, and you can play them. Or you can just press the cauldron, and this shows up. For each potion, you must use 3 unique ingredients. You can't reuse any of the reagents. So if I want to make a Sylvan Elixir, for example, the one that gives me nature mana, I need a unicorn horn, alcohol, and Millywing, or cheese, Millywing, Parkofit. Every potion has 2 recipes. The order of the cards does not matter. And finally, the Sleeper's Soul is a joker. So if I put unicorn horn and alcohol, for example, the Sleeper's Soul could be the Millowing Feather instead, or the Mandrigo Core root. You can basically fill in any of the other ingredients that you've not used. The university is growing quite fast, and his bar at the top is growing even faster, which is a huge problem, sadly. As for the potions in the deck that I keep drawing, this is part of a harder difficulty setting that puts the potions in your deck. It's not very friendly with me, sadly. Okay, speaking of friendliness, hi, Sir King, please be our friend. Okay, let's raise the application fee before we offer the scholarship, because that's how we roll. Like this, Arcane Scholar is good, Shadow Disciple, and Chosen by the Light. You gotta choose your... You gotta choose, man. Can't be both. Petty Coward, often chosen by the Light, Comical Bully. Okay. And now, application fees go back to 15 actually. I have a lot of students, but I don't have a lot of money. Now we pray that I get a very swift dragon. And that I succeed in pushing back the Lord of Evil. Investi is going pretty well. We are slowly growing towards year 13, which tends to be the soft limit on university length. It's not going to be lasting for much longer. We have graduated quite a few interesting students, sadly none that we need for one of the objectives. 0 fossil hunter. Quite the failure of my curriculum, but I'll just blame it on the students. As one does. More peasant reputation is pretty good. I can spend it when I use their cow's blood for rituals. This can go in the dolmen. This transforms students that are good in druidism in werewolves, who again are strictly better than human. Non-humans are always better. Deep Folk push back the Lord of Evil, depending on how much prestige they gain from the future. They do eat a bit slower, but that's their only downside. And pushing back the Lord of Evil is obviously very useful. That is not a dragon. I mean, that's not a dragon, but that's pretty good. This is amazing. If only I had students who did Arcane and Alchemy, but I'll just take the amulet instead. That'll do. Oh, I hate this push. Be gone. Janitors. I'm always down for more janitors. They truly are the hero of the school. Okay, I can push back the Lord of Evil by 3%. Oh, they're selling me a dragon. A dragon merchant. Amazing. We have none of those, so we can choose. The white dragon is good for light magic. The purple dragon is good for arcane magic. And this one is good for the blue dragon for alchemy. I do need arcane for my objective, so I'll go for the purple dragon. I'll put him in the stable. And now I can go see Nessie and tell them that I have all the dragon. For the rest of this map, all students learn magic 40% faster. Oh yeah, if you get this early, you can basically have Archmage upon Archmages. Sadly, it's already year 9. Not the earliest we could have been, but we tried. I put this pit tower, which might have needed to put earlier. It speeds up communication if students are here. I need students to go there, but if they do, they'll help me push back the Lord of Evil more. Okay, teaching tools. We need new tools. I managed to get a grant thanks to my reputation with the king. Easy money. This is basically Sim Tower meets Hogwarts. It's very... almost everyone who's seen this and knows Sim Tower has drawn the parallel. Blood Lord, receive 5 mana for each season. Again, this is until the end of the campaign, not just this university. Great Priest is good. Burn is okay. Great Priest? Great Priest. An Angel would be amazing. All new students have 2.5 chance of having the Chosen by the Light trait. A Lich. Master Assassin, not the best. Puppet Master is okay. Dead. That's their future. Time Emissary would be interesting. Sadly, it's only a conscripted mage. Sadly, it's not the right word. Conscripted mages are pretty useful. Great Priest is fine. Adventure is great. We need gold. Magic Teacher is okay. Great Priest is... Oh. Hallucinogenic Plant Gardener. -1 mana, prestige, but 1,000 gold and 200 mana. Looks like people don't like drug dealers getting out of their schools. Okay, let's just quickly do the other future. There's 11 ahead of us. Oh, very quickly reroll so that we get the best possible future for our situation. Well, Minstrel is good for 5 prestige. No bonus, but 5 prestige is great. Still not a single fossil hunter. I guess that's just never gonna happen. Completed the other 2 objectives though. Oh, not too bad. We are doing okay. Just 1 student. An evil banner. Let's put this in the bedroom. Phantom bed is always good. Removes the negative trait for students, and that can be very useful. Medicine cabinet. Recover health over time. Useful here since there's a tournament, so they lose some health. They immediately get it back up. Private apartments are for teachers, and not for students. I'm not getting my trophy room here anyway. You never know. I'll put the private room here. Enchantment workshop again. We can level that up. Get companionship soon for lawful student bonuses. I don't think anyone goes up all the way up there, sadly. We'll do regulated betting. Student spectating the duel generates a bit of gold. Nothing like a good bet in high school. It teaches you a lot about life. Okay, let's go see the king again. We won't ask him to attack because there's this rare event that gets 15 instead of 10. We'll enjoy the plus 15, then next time ask for an attack twice, basically. But yeah, we are reaching the natural end of this university. Not much we can do to make it survive. I would have appreciated to have at least 1 or 2 fossil hunters, but I don't feel like such a chump, but it ain't happening. We've got another scale, good for our potions since we draw so many anyway. Scales can be broken, there's no cap to them, so if you have like 10 scales, every potion is 5 times more efficient. That's very good. An astral clock, a plain telescope, or an armed chest. Friendlier than the legged chest, but not as mobile. Oh, we'll just put him here. This game is cute. Jack of all trade, down to earth. No arcane for this this fella. King Potion continues to be useful. This is a 72% efficiency. It's pretty good. Okay, time to attack there, King. Save us, please. I need your help. Just take a vote potion. Please remove all the misbehaviors in the entire school. So if there's a fire anywhere, it's off the fire, basically. I need this very dearly. This is temporal magic, which is one of the 2 I need for Fossil Hunter. Actually, can I put it in the stable itself? I cannot. There's no room for a wall decoration. So here will be. Oh, there's a fire down there. No more. Make some more potions. Sacred Elixir. This is such a good staff, but no students would get it. So there's no point. At this point, I'm just gonna randomly assign students, just thinking of numbers rather than thinking of actual reason why I put them somewhere. The void portal here, no more. I'm out of potions, but that helped. An observatory gives us a lot of mana, but again, it's all a bit late. I think I'll just go for an infirmary. Draw some of the aberration for people. The Phylostone, criticism for more mana. Just Phylostone, get some gold. And the reflector just never is never coming. Just gonna put another dormitory here. Okay, Sir King, please attack the Lord of Evil. Save us, or at least delay the inevitable. Fine animal. Spawn in the stable over there. Well, that's a bit late. But here's the thing I like to do. Abyssal Portal with the tentacle. These guys learned Demonology very... Bye. This guy would have learned Demonology 2 just by being here, which would have given him the Sign of the Eldest. That helps push it back the Lord of Evil quite a lot. Because it's all very late, so... eh. Here's the Portal Magic Learning Rate by 1%, with a nice beard, due to the aberration of aging from studying too much light magic in the House of Franconian. See what you do to your students. Shapeshifter... Smuggler. We have 19 more features. Maybe we'll get one Fossil Hunter from this. Or maybe not. If it's available, the objective is available, you automatically get it. It's 100%. The game is not too cruel with this. You don't also have to roll it. Just train them so that they can become, and that's enough. Okay, quite a few peasants. But for a first school, that's somewhat expected. I'm actually gonna put 2 big chambers, just so I can survive as long as possible. The trophy room I wanted, here it is. We'll put, not the child eating bed, we'll put the hourglass here, so it teaches to all of these guys. Well, not bad. Again, we want more portal magic. Let's put it in the trophy room. Bottle Glory is pretty good. I should have gotten the private bedroom to put here. That would have made a lot more sense. Well, no sense crying of a spilled milk. Active characters in this room generate a bit of gold. That's always appreciated. The teachers are not happy. They want new tools. I don't have the money for that. So too bad for them. Just at this point, I'm just clicking. Okay, I need the king to like me again, so I need to push back the king of the Lord of Evil. But I'd say we have maybe 1 more year in this school, and then we inevitably die. Let's change that this way. And let's go for another Janice's Lodge. I never get tired of these guys. They are too useful. A clean school is a good school, I'll have you know. Allergic to pollen, don't go here. Everyone that's not allergic to this become a fossil hunter will become... well, will be sent to become one. Will they? I'm not sure, but we'll try. All of these are not amazing, honestly. Just put this here. Gives me some... I'll just give me some werewolves. Okay. So king... Am I greedy? I am greedy. That might tell me to not push back the Lord of Evil now, but I can't resist with plus 15 opportunity instead of plus 10. Crypt Infernal Wings, even lower requirements for the Infernal Wings is always good. Ink Potion keeps making everything super efficient, squeaky clean as it should be. Another fawn. Would not be too bad an idea. Let's just put the orc banner here, so we get some more orc reputation. I think yeah, it doesn't go up on its own. I need this 4%. I get the bonus. An alchemical talisman, just gold at this point. Refectory, finally. Jesus Christ, I thought I would never see the day where a new refectory comes. A trend, a shapeshifter I prefer. Magician Prince, receive 1 light mana each season for each health in the school. No, do not reroll, that's pretty good. Lich, a Lich. Scholar I do like. A Warlock, good for Demonology. All Master is okay. Comic Healer is fine. The Time Monk, you receive 2 mana, Arcane mana by playing a room. Potion Master is great, Potion Learning Rate is very useful, as the Potion Workshop is pretty cool. Wally does the same the elf thing, but for orcs. Templar, all health losses by 1%. The famous bard, you get mana and gold every time you interact with the Peasant. That's amazing. At the start of the game, you interact with the Peasant quite a few times. It kickstarts your university very quickly. You have like 10 of those. Okay. Still no Fossil Hunter. We'll go through this school graduating 0. What a shame. Okay. We can push back the Lord of Evil. But we're not going to be pushing him back for a lot of time. It's year 12. Usually by year 13 it's over anyway, so yeah. We are looking at the end right now. How can you remember what future you have and what future you don't have? There is in the head teacher's office, there's this board. There's all the futures, hiding the ones you've not gotten this campaign. Got the train during the campaign and train during the level. So for example, if I see... let's see this one. Hero, it's permanent, so I know it keeps for everyone. I need Heroism 2 and Sum of Magic level at least 7. Reduces the prestige loss by 0.5 per, and I've trained 3 this campaign, including 3 this level. And usually by your 7th university, which is the last of the game, you tend to have... whatever you want to focus on, you should focus on. And you tend to build up. Let's say you want to focus on Necromancy. You get some Liches that make Necromancy learning faster, which means you get more Liches, means you get more Necromancy, and so on and so forth. And here we are, year 12 spring. This is the end. The army of darkness is here, and we cannot defend ourselves. We won't leave without a diploma. We did not work for nothing. And now you graduate every single person remaining in the school. It could take quite a while. Here you only want permanent stuff. Getting the gold or the mana has no effect at all. So always go for permanent, like meta progression stuff. And yeah, it's very likely that I won't get a single Fossil Hunter. What a shame. Yeah, that is a lot of pending graduations. There's an objective that tells you to graduate a total of 110 students. And just at the end, I had 90. To give you an idea of how many students that is compared to what the game expects you to have. Just do these. It'll take a little while. Go through all of them, because there's quite a few. And then we'll have basically some kind of... how do you roll a dead future? Well, you are unlucky. 0.25% here, for example. Very bad students have higher chances of being dead. It gives you no bonus and -1 prestige. Hey, it's not great. Try not to have dead students. Also, parents do tend to be annoying if you had dead students. They'll ask you how their son is doing, and you have to tell them that they're taking a little break from being alive. I'll be back in no time, no worries. This is one I mentioned earlier. Unless very often, actually, yes, there's an orphan trait that makes it that you don't lose prestige if they die, and it does show up in the book as a feature, I believe. Bad Breeder receives 6 arcane mana when you draw a natural magic card. This is very nice because if you have a few, and there's a few for like, oh, you get alchemy for drawing arcane or whatever. Playing cards make your score more balanced by default. Dead students should give a boost to Necromancy. They should. Not sure the parents would be very glad to hear that, but I agree they should. Yeah, see, this guy is not very good. He's got 4% death. This guy is 2. 9%. We'll try to roll a dead. Come on. 2%? 6%? I'll take the Elementalist though. 11%. Aww. Third color. Due to the Malevolent's ability to kill, thanks to me teaching them Assassination. They just give me -1 prestige and no bonus. Yay. Well, this is it. All that is left to do is to say goodbye to this. So yeah, we got a rare spell book since we got 2 of the 3 objectives. We've trained 261 students over 12 years. Sent 25 guinea pigs, drawn 150 cards basically. And we have graduated 19 village mages, which is not amazing, 15 adventurers, 13 great priests, that's really good for sacred magic, 13 liches, which is very good for necromancy, 8 librarian, 8 shaman. 8 shaman is 20% chance of not having, or of losing the trait allergic to pollen. Oh yeah, when you scroll down, it also scrolls the background, it's very annoying. A lot of scholars as well. Anyway, you get the gist of it. And that's basically it. When you finish, you can choose a spell book. Well, a new location first. We'll choose I like the forest. Forest is cute. We get a spell book that is of the level that corresponds to the objective we did. So, light room, like the efficiency of rooms adjacent to light rooms increased by 5%. Someone asked earlier if there was like bonuses or malices for adjacent rooms. That's basically it. It's the same with Arcane Room actually. Arcane Light, or start each game with a Janitor card. I love Janitors so much. And for each university, you also choose a curse, which will follow you until the end of your campaign. For example, the Warp Curse, the Forces of Evil closing 10% faster, but your students do 5% faster. This is probably the worst curse you could ever choose. It's so hard. Entropy increases the upkeep. You don't care. This is great. And students are poor. Entropy is easy. Last time I saw a swamp and cloud. Why don't we have all the areas? New areas unlock as you progress through the story. So at start, you only start with, I believe it's lake, village, and forest. Then you get cliffs and desert. Then you get cloud, mountain, you get eerie and swamp. Anyway, you get more. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. I'm not going to play a second university. I need to go and get some food. But I hope I hope the game looked interesting to you. I really enjoyed playing this game. I kind of broke it. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, I went to year 35. I'll see if I can load my previous university so I can show you my stats. Warps him when you can push him back. Yes, but the 10% is it's really a big deal. It'll lose you basically 1 or 2 years of university time, which is quite a big problem. So yeah, this is my previous university, and if you look to Archmages, which is basically the most beneficial future, I have graduated 352 over the campaign. Usually graduate like 5 or 6, maybe 10 if you're doing good. So there are some ways to break the game. I'll leave the exercise of how to do so for your imagination. or looking at the Steam guides. I wrote one on Steam that explains. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope the game looked fun and that you had a good time. I'll see you next time.